Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Science and Sorcery, the show where science communicators play Dungeons and Dragons. And we have a very special stream for you this week, as
So
it
nice you
is
said it
everyone's
twice.
favorite time of the year. It is Fat Bear Week, as held by Katmai National Park and Preserve in Alaska. It is apparently Alaska's most watched popularity contest, and tonight this is Alaska's most watched salmon heist RPG stream on Twitch. Because
God, I hope.
let's fuck it up, right? We've got some absolutely fantastic guests. You might recognize some of them. So without further ado, Grant, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Grant Howard, he, him. I am one of the directors of Rowan, Rook and Deckard, and I wrote Honey Heist, and it's followed me around for nearly 10 years.
And I cited it in my PhD, which was
Still weird that you did that.
Yeah, I know.
Considering your PhD was about fish.
Yeah. Khalil, do you want to remind everyone about who it is you are?
Hey everyone, you know me, I'm Khalil Thurlaway, classic science and sorcery. Here to heist some fish, get some fat, be some furriest. We all know it's about family.
And the various looking person here today, Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim, she, her pronouns, and I'm from 5 Gems in a Trench Coat. Very excited to be here, as you can tell from the getup, you know?
And last but certainly not least, CJ.
Hi everyone, I'm CJ from Rowan, Rook and Deckard. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Ice.
Ice.
Is there a T at the end of that, or
Just Ice.
even better?
The first name is Light.
Light Ice.
Just Light Ice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the first name isn't just like Justice.
Just Ice.
I'm just Ice.
It is now canon that Ice has never told you their full name, and you can just keep guessing the rest of the stream.
Nice.
And I'm sure we're going to figure out why everyone else is called what they're called throughout this fantastic story that's all about family. So without further ado, Grant, do you want to lead us into the wilds?
Yeah, let's fuck it up. Hello, everyone. Hi. As I said, my name is Grant Howard. I wrote Honey Heist, and I am GMing Honey Heist tonight. Now, one of the crucial things about Honey Heist is honey. In the traditional game of Honey Heist, you play a criminal bear with 2 stats, criminal and bear, and you are out to steal as much honey as, well, not humanly possible, bearably as you can bear. You're trying to steal as much honey as possible from Honeycon. It is Fat Bear Week, so these huge bastards, honey simply isn't cutting it for them. Far too rare. They've got enormous rivers full of delicious jumping meat, which they call salmon. So if you are playing along at home, 1, don't know how you're doing that, but 2, take your copy of Honey Heist and then change all instances of honey to the word salmon, and then it's fine. It's fine from there on in. Also, because they asked nicely, this is going to be a Fast and the Furious parody. I think they came up with the name first. So their street racing may well come up if we have time, but there will definitely be a lot of driving. But you join us. Oh, and also, I don't know anything about bears or salmon, so there's going to be an awful lot of inaccurate facts. I've encouraged the players to please, if they can give me any cool facts about salmon or bears that are even slightly pertain to the events that are going on, I will give them re-rolls, extra dice, automatic successes, whatever. Just fill us up with knowledge and counteract all of my terrible noise. So without further ado, the camera pans across this beautiful nature reserve in Alaska. We can see the majestic soaring pine trees. We can see the sun rising over the mountain range, dyeing the sky pink and yellow, golden like syrup. The clouds wispily catching on the early morning light, dew settling on the ground. And crouched in a bush at the side of the nature park, at the very edge, is Brick. Brick is an inveterate career criminal. Brick has had a lot of bad jobs in the past, but Brick's found a pretty sweet deal. As Brick's crouching in the bush, looking over one of the few roads that runs through this nature reserve, or adjacent to this nature reserve, they see a van with ISSI marked on the side. This futuristic Cybertruck-looking thing comes past, and you can't read, but the audience can, and the audience know that ISSI stands for Industrialized Salmon Solutions. And you're not sure what's in this van, but you're pretty sure it's a lot of salmon. It's a great deal of salmon. But you can't steal salmon by yourself, especially not from a van. You're going to need to put some sort of crew together. And an awful lot of them died during the last terrible job on account of the wasps. So you're going to have to scrape through the remnants of your team and maybe call for some overseas help. Who's the first person? And also, sorry, Brick, who do we see? Can you give us a quick description of what Brick looks like and what they're about?
Absolutely. So, Brick's body is crouching in this bush, but sticking out of it is a tall top hat, which, thankfully, everyone assumes has just flown off some unsuspecting motorist and landed
Passing
here.
gentleman.
Open top car in Alaska. Who doesn't have one?
Good heavens, I shall have to pull over my penny farthing and search for it.
Underneath the top hat, you see a massive, hulking grizzly bear. Scars cut across his face and jaws. He's missing a pinky, but it's hard to tell because his claws are just so big. He's sitting on a little trike, the only vehicle he currently has access to, that he stole from a toddler.
Did the toddler also have the hat?
We don't ask Brick about that.
Okay. By the way, I don't think my captions are coming through. I'm not sure what's happening, but they're not showing up on screen.
Sam will fix that behind the scenes, hopefully.
We'll plug it in. Very good.
Love
Yeah.
you,
Okay.
Sam.
Cool. Thanks, Sam.
I'm gonna look down at the little panniers that this trike has and take out two objects and look at my current crew. And it's two different bricks with faces drawn on them.
Your parents, yeah.
Gonna need something a little bit more real than this, I think.
Well,
Not that you're not family too.
I hope you're not thinking about stealing another van full of salmon, says your dad, Brick. Oh,
Dad,
Brick, yeah?
you don't need to eat. You don't know what it's like.
No, that's true. I am a brick. But there must be better ways for you to get yourself some food. Maybe stealing a picnic basket. He's an old-fashioned man. Is your dad there? Brick, your dad.
I do like picnic baskets.
Don't you listen to your father,
It's coming up to...
shouts your mother.
Oh,
Don't
you're
you
right,
listen to him.
Mother.
You always were a free spirit. You get out there and you steal all that salmon, Brickstopher.
Thank you, Mother. I don't like it when you call me by my full name, though. It makes me feel like I'm in trouble. I think I know who I need to call for this one.
Who's your first port of call?
Best thief in all the land. It's my old buddy, Ice.
Ice.
Ice baby.
Ice. Now, Ice
Something.
moved away, didn't Ice? Ice moved north
Yeah.
after the last job went wrong. Again, on account of just
And
thousands
last time
of
I saw Ice, they were graying quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how that's been going for them.
Okay. The camera zooms into your dad's face, drawn on a brick, and then zooms out of another brick, in a boxing gym, where we can see all kinds of rough and tumble customers, all humans. One of them's on the speed bag. A couple of them are like shadow boxing or not dueling, sparring. That's the word for boxing. And then it's really obvious, but one of them is a giant bear. One of them's a polar bear. And an enormous mustachioed, bowler-hatted polar bear who's doing really well at boxing. And before we can find out who that mysterious bear is, the camera pans out around the window and we see Ice. What's Ice up to, CJ?
So Ice isn't the boxer then, is what I'm getting here.
You're an Xboxer, right?
An Xbox? Yeah, no, I'm very, very old. I'm a washed up. I used to be a fighter, but now Ice doesn't do very much. Ice is very, very tired, very old, and Ice just wants to relax and see. I think Ice is maybe a woman. I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
It's a bear.
Ice is also a polar bear.
Ice wants to see her nephew pick up in her footsteps. But now, Ice is itching for just one more job. One more thing to do. One more thing before you go into the cave for the last time and never come out again.
Yeah, polar bear religion. That's
Yeah.
right. Yes, the Great Cave. Where all no, I love it. It's great. Where all polar bears go into.
Yes,
It
you
works
go
on
to the
Greek
cave
mythology rules.
for the last. I was actually just thinking I would die in my sleep.
No, it is a majestic cave like Hades.
Okay. So,
Bear Hades is down there.
Ice is dreaming of one last job
There is
before the end.
the enormous old-timey Bakelite phone on a stool next to you rings, and it rings. It just sort of and shocks everyone in the gym.
And Ice looks up in, I guess, bear. I'm not really sure how they're communicating this with other people, and goes, "Don't worry about it. I'll get the phone."
As long as you have a hat on, you can make me criminal checks to speak human. Or, like, that's for complex subjects. Don't worry, I got this. Fine.
Yeah,
As long as you got a hat on, people believe you're a person.
The thing is that Ice has never been particularly talkative, at least according to the humans. And they pick up the phone.
Why, it's your old friend Brick. Having phoned
Hey,
their
Ice!
way into a spare telephone booth they found outside a ranger station.
I've just knocked it over so I can get to the phone because I couldn't fit inside.
Oh, Brick, good to hear from you.
Yeah. Wanna rob a van?
I was about to ask what is it you're calling me for, but I have the answer now. Yes, of course I want to rob a van, you stupid. I'll get my nephew.
Look, I don't know if you wanted to after what went down in Ohio.
Ohio was an unfortunate side effect of
It wasn't
life
my
a crime. Don't worry about it. You are a good bear. I will do this for you.
Thank you. Is your nephew, is he competent?
He is the best of the best. He was trained by me.
The camera pans over to Barry. Barry, an enormous hulking polar bear. Young, fresh, in his prime, wearing a bowler hat, knocking the tar out of a punching bag.
As the camera pans across the panra, it goes past a poster promoting a fight, and it says like, "Barry the Bowler White," and Barry is there in the ring, really trying his best not to maul his opponent. So really trying to get those claws out of the way, but just like batting this opponent around. And as Ice kind of calls me over, I kind of knock out the opponent, kind of roll my neck muscles.
Your opponent staggers off to the hospital. No, it's me again.
Yeah, the risk assessment for this boxing gym is insane.
Well, it's northern Alaska. I figure they can do. I don't know where do polar bears hang out? Probably not Alaska.
Well,
northern, like they're northern. They're northern
yeah.
Canada, Alaska, the Arctic region.
Yeah.
And Russia.
Russia.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You. That's. Wait. You learn to speak English from watching Russian videos.
whereas Barry learned English from watching Guy Ritchie films, and so Barry turns to his coach and says, "Your auntie, what's up?"
Hi. I think it's finally time. I have to get back into my accent. I was doing another one.
What? I'm getting a shot at the title. I'm getting a championship fight.
You have to do a few other things before you become the great bear you are meant to be. You have to take part in the family tradition, you know.
I've been paying my dues. I've been doing the little fights around the little bars and all the little, you know, those ones where they stand in a circle in a back alley and throw stuff at you while you fight.
We flash back to the last 20 fights Barry has done. Absolute knockout victories in round one, every single one. There was a brief period where the other guy was a grizzly bear, but he was ill and you still won.
You're not wrong. I respect your ability, Barry, but listen. Do you remember when you were a little cub and you would follow me around everywhere I go, trying to be part of what your Auntie Ice do? Yes?
Oh, that family business.
It's time. If you want to come, you can come with me on my last heist.
Oh, what? Oh, this is amazing. It's like Bearmas and my bear day all rolled into one.
I hope you're right. It'll be one last
We
hurrah.
smashed that 2,000 years back to the very first Bearmas.
Oh god, don't think about a bear on the cross.
No.
Sorry, that's Bearster.
That was 1,900 years faster. Bearmas is when a virgin mother bear somehow conceived the child of God, but because she was a bear, it still looks a lot like a bear. And it also informed the creation of the Catholic Church. Anyway, bears have a rich and storied history, which we can barely scratch.
Oh. Come, Barry, we must prepare. It's time.
I am intrigued.
Okay.
Seeing as neither of you are drivers, but how are you getting from...
We are excellent swimmers.
We can
Okay.
swim for days.
Because we
in fact,
come from the
Abby.
land of the ice and snow, which is actually relatively less ice and snow nowadays. Because now,
Whoa!
to start off us on a downer, but in case you hadn't been
Steady
following
on,
the news,
Kyle, let's keep it light, huh?
but
We
what I
all
mean is,
know.
what I mean is, polar bears are having to do a lot more swimming nowadays.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So,
you're much better at it. So you
it
can
makes sense that Barry and Ice would be extra good swimmers on top
Yeah.
of the already good swimmers that polar bears are.
the hats don't even come off. You can go underwater, the hat stays on.
And lucky for polar bears, they can, I almost said sleep, which is just me. They can swim for days at a time. It will take us a long time to get there because we swim at 6 miles per hour.
It's all right. We'll get some cardio in.
With
There are you swim down the river and we see a brief montage of you like at one point you're on a paddle steamer. You're like this one you're clearly on the Titanic or some other large ocean boat because we had to reuse the footage. Anything we had pictures of a bear on a watercraft. There's some very thin stuff reused.
There's a bit when we're on a pedalo.
Swan boat,
Swan boat. Sorry, yeah.
Probably surfing, and that's nowhere near right. Like you're in board short, but you get here and it's all fun. However, while you're spending the inordinately long time swimming from Canada, Brick has a actually. No. You get there, and we'll introduce Judith in a second. You get there, you disgorge yourself from the river. And shaking yourself clean of what must be several meters of water and spare fish sloshing out of your fur. You see Brick and Brick's HQ. Brick, how shit is your HQ?
Is that phone booth in October?
Have you moved it or is it still there?
No, it's still there.
Yeah.
I'm smoking a pipe that I found in a ditch.
Wow, this guy's the real deal.
He's got a phone.
Brick is the best of the best.
He's definitely not incompetent.
No. Brick! Hey,
Oh,
my
Ice.
friend.
Is this the little one?
How
He's not very
vigorous is
little.
it when bears who haven't seen each other in a while hug?
Incredibly.
And
Unbearably.
with the age of Ice, I'm imagining there's a lot of like cracking noises. Yeah.
Yes, there's a bit of, but
Like-
there's a. In fact, I would say that Ice envelopes breaking a bear hug.
Yeah, it's the only kind. I think you probably just call it hugs. It's like Brazil nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we see humans hugging, we're like, ugh, human hug.
Why are they so not hairy? Bad.
You
Blue-
have skin on skin.
You are Brick. You look over the your associated party. You have one very old polar bear and one, honestly, maybe two young polar bear. They're both very wet, and you realise that you only have this tricycle, which might be a challenge.
Shit.
So it's come down to this. You're gonna have to call Judith.
I was hoping we could do this one without her.
Judith, what are you up to? You're retired now, right? Or you washed up? I forget.
I'm retired.
You're retired. So you used to be a driver. What do you do now?
I just wander the great horizon on my horse. I am a gigantic hulking grizzly bear riding a horse, and she's got a little cowboy hat on. Unsure if it was a 2-for-1 deal, that it was a horse and a hat. Who knows? And she just spends her days just traversing the wilds, taking in the sights that she wouldn't have as a driver.
You trot your severely overworked horse to the top of yet another ridge. It says, it's real like a boss from Elden Ring, and you you see again that another beautiful a beautiful sunset. In fact, you see, and there are great flocks of birds flying overhead, migrating for winter, and the scent of rich pine needles. God, I hope there's pine needles. Hope there's pine trees in Alaska. The scent of rich pine needles and the mouldering leaf mulch as the forest starts to devour itself for winter sets in, and the camera turns, I'm going to say 2 feet to the left, revealing a phone booth, which rings.
Yeah.
Actually, no, sorry. The camera turns 2 feet to the left, revealing a stool with a heavy, old-fashioned Bakelite phone. The same model from the boxing gym.
I think she looks over and is like, and it's ringing, yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry, yeah.
She'll pick it up. Hello?
Judith, is that you?
Oh, is this
Brick.
Brick, honey? Hi.
Hi. I'm glad the phone tree is working.
Yeah.
Is the tree still there?
No, it's just a stump now, but surprisingly
Oh.
it still works.
Oh, well,
Nature, am I right?
great electrician. Look, do you want to rob a fish van?
How big of a fish van are we talking?
Big. One of those newfangled transports.
Brick, you know I swore off that life a long time ago.
Look,
No,
I just...
Judith, your horse coughs in a tuberculosis sort of way, and you've no money for medicine.
It's horse shadowing.
I'm gonna fridge this horse.
Oh no, not my horse.
God, honestly, if you hadn't ridden it up so many mountains, it probably wouldn't be dying.
Look, it's Ice. Ice has come back. Look, I'm pretty sure she's gonna die soon, so, I want to make this one special. And she's
Oh,
got
are you
this
gonna
kid.
die soon?
Maybe.
What?
She's brought this kid. I don't know what to do with the kid, Judith, but you're always good with little ones.
3 crows have already settled on Ice's back and head.
Also, Brick says little ones, and Barry is like
Bigger than Brick.
bigger in terms of like height and also in terms of mass than either Brick or Ice.
Given polar bears are the largest bears.
But just from a directorial point of view, I never want to show 100% of Barry on the screen. I want him to be sort of like coming in from the side, or we're just getting him from like the chin down.
Yeah.
Like he's too big to fit on the screen.
Like the tall kid in the school photo.
Yes, absolutely.
Ice is making friends with the birds that have landed.
Look, Judith, I wouldn't ask this if I didn't have anyone else to turn to, but they've got this whole fan, and all I've got is this trike I stole from a child.
Are you finally calling in that favor from Yosemite?
I think it's time. I did save your life back then.
I knew it would always come back to bite me. Alright, fine.
Well, you know, shouldn't have
We
gone to the
smashed
vampire
Bucky
bat
Yosemite.
cave.
We smash cut to Yosemite where Brick knocks the high sodium ketchup out of Judith's hand, replacing it with a low sodium ketchup. I'm sure it's more dramatic than that. Sorry.
Sodium, the silent killer.
Mm-hmm.
The deadliest rock.
But we crave that mineral. That's an old meme for you. I've hung up the phone. I'm just hoping Judith shows.
Yeah, I'll hang up the phone and I guess make my way over there on my dying horse, question mark?
Yeah, well, it's downhill most of the way, so the horse isn't going to die before you get
Does
there.
the horse die just as Judith arrives?
Yeah.
Breathes its last, and then Judith just steps off it.
Like Jack Sparrow coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
While I love that image, I would love to keep the horse alive as a motivator for Judith. And also to maybe threaten the horse later on.
No. Okay.
But you are... So, I realise now that I forgot that Judith does not own a car. So we've got horse, which you could probably ginger up a bit if you needed to do a heist, and a tricycle, and nothing else. So for our first challenge our first challenge was getting everyone in the same room. But as Judith's horse staggers its way into camp, you realize you have to come up with a way to assault a van using what you have or stealing something new. So Brick, you're the closest thing this operation has to a brains. What's the scheme?
Who left me in charge?
Brick,
Right.
does the ranger have a...
Yeah. A golf cart!
So, if we get this straight, is the van past us, or is the
Yeah.
van coming to
Oh,
us?
it's long gone at this point. You guys took your time getting there.
Oh, so we can't knock over one of these many pine species that live in Alaska. For example, the lodgepole pine, the shore pine, the Sitka spruce, or hemlock, to create some kind of ham bush.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely set up an ambush. That works great. Like there are multiple there's vans coming past most days, loaded with what you presume is salmon.
Right. Well,
But yeah, you can
What we
definitely
could
set up
do-
an ambush with one of those
I
named
like-
trees.
I like this, Barry. I like this. If anyone asks, it was my idea, but I like it.
Barry gets a small nosebleed from having an idea.
well done, kid. You'll be all right. You're a little... You got the... just a bit
Oh,
of-
sorry. Yeah, I just need a bit of a sit down.
We flash back to Canada. Now listen, I know you're gonna be taking my boy. It's Barry's mother. And your sister.
My
I-
sister.
I know you're gonna be taking my boy around on your life of crime and boxing. And don't worry, he's fine. The boy's... you could drive a truck into him and he wouldn't die. But by bear God, don't let him think.
Don't worry. We leave the thinking to me.
He's supernaturally stupid.
Yes, but he's such a hunk of bear. He would
I know
do
it takes
fine.
after his father.
She says, pointing to a huge rock behind her.
Face painted on it.
Painted a bear face.
Are we cousins?
Got googly eyes.
Yeah.
I will make sure.
I'm coming. He's shouting for his dinner. I'll let you get out of this flashback.
All right.
And
Goodbye.
as we flash back to reality, the gravity, you hear, you could drive a truck into him, you could drive a truck into him, you could drive a truck into him, you could drive a truck into him.
Barry, son, how do you feel? We disguise you
Pretty tired.
as a.
This checks out. He's not
Great.
supposed to think.
Do you want to have a nap?
I mean, if this is an employer that offers sanctioned nap breaks.
Yeah, siestas for everyone.
Oh, nice. I mean, do I need to like find a good spot? Do I need to like
I've got
dig a
one for
cave
you.
in the
I've got
snow?
one for you. No, I've got a spot for you. You just lie down right in the center of that strip of weird black rock with white things painted on it.
It does look. It is pretty warm now that I touch
Yeah,
it.
nice and warm. You go lie there, and I will turn to Judith and Ice and whisper, so hoping Barry doesn't hear me. Right when
Barry's
the
more
van
used to it.
crashes into the pit, I throw a brick. I throw my dad through the windshield.
Well, I told you not to get
Knock
me
out the
involved in
driver.
this.
You two break open the back, and we'll reset.
All right. Excellent plan. I don't see a single way it could go wrong. Let's.
No.
Hey, Barry, you have a nice nap, kiddo.
Yeah. Why are you
so-
letting me
Always
call me
like
the
that.
bear
The
you were
road-
planning?
The road is actually nice and warm because dark tarmac, obviously dark colors absorbing light from the sun, even in the autumn in the northern hemisphere.
That's nothing to do with bears or salmon. You lose a point.
That's what you get for being a smart ass.
Brazil nut fact earlier.
You snuggle down into that soft tarmac, and thankfully no other cars come. Or if they do, they drive around that big old bear that's asleep in the middle of the road. We
I become TikTok famous.
Probably.
We smash cut. Everyone's in position. Brick's there with his dad. Her dad, their dad. Brick's there with his dad.
His dad.
Yeah, Brick's there with his dad. We've got Judith and Ice waiting in the ambush position, and Barry has been claimed by Morpheus, and we smash cut to the driver of the salmon truck for Industrialized Salmon Solutions. He's listening to some. What's the word? Some copyright-free music that we've downloaded. He's listening to like when you type rock into Incompetech, and then pick the third song. He's drumming on the. Maybe he's got like a Walkman on because I feel that would be even more irresponsible.
And it's just like 16 bars that loop.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the lyrics are, oh yeah. That's all of them. But they're he's drumming away with imaginary drumsticks on the steering wheel. When there's a wait, what? As he smashes into Barry. Barry, can you give me a bear roll, please? You need to roll 3 or under on a d6 to be bear enough for this.
I am an experienced streamer. I had dice on hand. I'm trying to get under my bear stat.
Now,
I
equal to or under?
spectacularly failed. I got a 6.
So,
You cannot drive a truck into Barry.
one of the few rules that exists in Honey Heist, and there's not a lot of them, most of it's just jokes about bears, is that if the highest dice, the only dice you roll is a 6 and you fail, I get to introduce some sort of weird complication. And I think I've
Starting
just
off strong.
well, we've just had 39 minutes of weird complications. I might just have a standard failure. As the truck, the guy swerves at the last second, side swipes you, knocking you about. Please move 1 point from criminal, from criminal into bear. So your bear score is now 4. Your criminal score is now 2. We can hear the muted rock music from outside the van. Whoa, he says, and starts veering down the road. You'll have to he's been slowed, but he hasn't stopped. it's time to enact the next part of the plan. Brick.
It's brickin' time. So fun fact. Fun fact, grizzly bears can lift up to 1,100 pounds, which is 80% of their body weight.
That's a lot of bricks.
Which also means I can get, like, I do the thing where I just sort of wind it up a couple of times, but I'm gonna get so much force behind this brick.
Tremendous. You can. I'll let you roll with advantage for that because you gave me a great science fact.
Is this a bear or a criminal roll? It doesn't matter.
It's
but-
the same number. It doesn't matter. What I think throwing a brick through a window is probably criminal rather than bear.
Makes sense, right? That's a 1. So that
Fantastic.
would be a success.
Yes. You. Oh, we're okay with humans being killed in this game, aren't we? That's fine. It's just animals that can't. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think so. I think that's what we said in session 0.
Like a furry rail gun, you hoon this thing through the windshield. We get it in slow motion as the guy. See if I can get the angle right.
Sorry, Dad.
The head first fire. Oh, I'm just happy to be involved. Sorry, actually, no. Yeah. Quick! Seize control of the van! He's getting away! Says your dad, but he's a brick and no one can hear him. As the guy knocks unconscious, possibly suffering from massive brain damage, slumps down on top of the wheel, his feet still firmly on any important pedal. As the truck veers off hard into the woods where bears are from. Judith, what's your move?
Oh, I think I'm gonna chase after this van then. I'm gonna look at Ice and be like, I guess we gotta go.
Is Ice also on the back of your horse?
God, I hope not.
I would have offered.
Is
That
Judas on the horse and the
horse
horse
is
on
on
the
the
ground.
That horse has plot armor until the 3rd act. It will not die until the 3rd act.
Then yes.
I have
cancel
just a
that.
spot for you. And I like pat the back of my horse.
The
His
horse.
name is Horace.
Thank you, Judith. These old bones, they do not go as fast as they used to.
Listen, I understand. That's why I have horse.
Oh, we might need some help. Brick, send me your mother.
Right, gotcha! I'm gonna chuck the other parent brick at Ice.
I hope I catch
Oh,
it.
hello, Ice. So nice to see you again.
Yes, good to see you
been
as well.
keeping busy? Benny? That's not how we say it. You've been keeping busy.
Been very busy, not as busy as I used to be, but I am feeding myself. Thank you, Brick.
Gotta have a
mother.
word with my son. He's
Oh.
useless. He's hanging out in the woods for God's sakes. You got yourself a boxing gym like a proper bear.
You're right. I have some polar bear friends. We can introduce him. Make him. They can make
See if you
little
can't find him
grizzly
a nice
bears.
woman. See if you can find him a
Yes.
nice polar bear woman
Yeah,
or
we'll think of
man.
a nice woman or a man or any polar bear.
Yeah,
I'm
or a
going to put you
non-binary
in my
grizzly. I'm
pocket.
easy.
I'm going to put you in my bear pocket now, Grizzly Mama Bear Brick, and just tucks her away. Yes.
Where is a bear's pocket?
Don't know. It's
Okay, cool. You're not dumb. It's a
You know-
bit like how James Bond puts away a dossier and just
yeah.
yeah, cool. Okay, cool.
This is plot armor. That we're not going to talk about. The bears don't have a pocket, but I will say, I did drop a real fact there because grizzly bears and polar bears can in fact crossbreed.
Oh, okay. I will also say I'm. If any of you want to have been previously married or dating or what have you, please do that. I've been sort of guessing at some of this that everyone's got to check it past aside from Barry.
I feel like
but-
Brick and Judith have had some kind of past relationship.
Oh, for sure. 100%. It's awkward.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
beautiful! Love that. Mm.
All right, cool. You give me I guess chasing an armored car is criminal, please, Judith. So give me a criminal check, and I'll give you. You'll be rolling with advantage because you're a driver, and this is technically driving.
Okay.
It's pre-driving.
Yeah.
It involves a van.
Yeah. You can.
Beautiful.
I mean,
That is a
you can still get mobile from pre-driving.
A 2, fantastic. Yes. You catch up to the van, and pull up alongside it. The window has rolled down as this guy's other hand, which isn't apparently while he's unconscious, shifting upwards through gears, has opened the window. Oh yeah, sorry, it's a winding, which he's wound the window down. As the truck careens ever closer towards an enormous pit, Ice, it's down to you.
All right, so I think as it's careening and we're catching up, I think we're gonna go with the original plan, which was to bust into the back. I don't know that this is a good idea, but we're doing it. I'm going to take a mom break. I am going to aim mom break for the latch on the back of the door. And hopefully, mom break will take care of the rest.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to downgrade enormous pit to awkward hole. So it'll be hard to get out the van, but it won't completely ruin the first act if you fluff this roll. So yes, please give me a roll, please, as you throw Brick's mother into the back doors of the van.
I have rolled a 2.
Brilliant! Says Brick's mother as she scatters away, and the back door flies open from your deftly thrown brick. Inside, hundreds of salmon flop out. It's like Theseus leaving Ariadne's trail. Like Theseus leaving string behind him, but this is like Hansel and Gretel, or painting mark. There's a lot of fish coming out the back of the van, is what I'm saying. Flopping out. Some of them are alive still, but not for long. As the extra weight, as the weight being released from the back of the salmon truck allows it to turn around and crash neatly into a tree.
Brick, Barry, we have done it. There is salmon.
What? Oh, breakfast! Oh!
And then just gonna dust you off there, kid. Get some tire marks.
There's a big tire mark all up one side. Yeah.
Leans into Judith and says, "It was a very good plan. Brick did a good job, and your horse and your driving. We are a good team. You two are a good team." And just kind of shuffles away to find Mom Brick.
That was a nerd stare from Judith.
Barry is kind of slowly Pac-Manning his way towards the...
Warm, you're getting hot! Over here!
And the Marco!
Oh!
Marco! He's just walking around the woods trying to find Brick's mom.
I have taken out a third brick and I've started drawing a face on it to replace whoever's been lost, probably.
These aren't even special bricks to you.
Where are all these bricks coming from?
Bear pocket.
My pocket.
Yeah. We've got at least 3 in there, and possibly
the
more.
top hat, so I can hide more of them.
Yeah. Also, you have infinite storage space under your hat. That's to be expected. Yeah.
That's how hats work.
Yeah, so Barry is slowly Pac-Manning his way to catch up with everyone, just eating...
Barry, if you wish to, so normally in Honey Heist, when you eat a load of honey, you can move 1 point from criminal into bear as you become more unlocked and more unleashed with the beast. Which means, Barry, you will shift your bear to 5 and your criminal to 1. This is a thing you can do. And I would encourage you, because this is a 2-hour stream, and I want someone to leave. I don't want you to. I want someone to get knocked out of the game. I don't like you, is what I'm saying, Khalil. You've got a weird energy.
I know it's... I mean, I've been told that before, but sometimes it's a compliment. I'm going to go to bear 5, criminal 1. So this puts me in jeopardy of going feral, but it also means that I'm very good at bear stuff.
Incredibly good at bear stuff.
Given I think the rest of us are more criminal than bear currently.
Yeah.
At the moment.
You can, and in fact, I would like everyone else to shift 1 point from bear into criminal, please. Because that plan went off with barely any hitches.
So 4 criminal, 2 bear?
That's correct. And you can, if you wish to, you can redress that by eating a load of salmon, because you have access to that in the fiction. You can bring yourself back to a smooth 3-3, but this is not a tactical game.
Feels good to be getting back into it. Did both my parents survive that?
I have found your mother. She is
Oh,
mostly unharmed.
fantastic. Judith, did you see my dad?
Why, I'm over here, he says, wedged out.
Oh,
the head
great.
of the driver.
How do you feel about Dad?
I got
Mum,
myself
how do
in
you
a sticky
feel?
situation.
How do you feel about thruples?
I'm down to clown.
Right. This is Greg.
Well, hey, Greg, I'd shake your hand, but I'm a brick.
Yeah,
Right. Back in the
Ice.
pocket.
Ice pulls out Brick's mom and goes, Brick mother, you have another, he looks like a hunk of brick. Is built like a brick shithouse. Here you go.
Oh,
Maybe
he's still got all
enjoy
of his
your new-
quarters.
Yes, enjoy your new relationship.
You put the 3 bricks in the pile, and they start, you presume, having sex.
That's how pebbles are made.
Absolutely. Yeah. As
Oh, nice ride. This car smells incredible.
the car smells tremendous. It smells like old fish.
Hmm.
But new car. And indeed, Barry, while you're poking through the car, having had your fill of salmon for now, because you're literally you are jam packed, can't get any more in there, please. Okay, hands up. Who in the group can read?
A little bit.
You find an instructional video.
Oh, thank you.
You find, you find the driver's iPad or similar tablet which he was using to communicate with other drivers and sort of thing. And you can see that if you were a literate bear, you might be able to use this to coordinate future heists. But again, none of you can read. Heartbreakingly, it's just a series of weird glyphs on there, and then accidentally you thumb. You don't have thumbs. You pour.
The driver's thumb falls. His hand falls. We can't use Space ID to unlock it for reasons, but we can use the hand.
Just mash the thumb on there. Welcome to your ISSI overview. And you sort of keep thumbing away on there as it makes these cool noises, which you presume are something to do with salmon. And then it starts up this incredible presentation. It's it's a movie which you've probably seen those before, Barry and Ice. You've got a boxing gym, so you've probably had movies.
Oh my god, it's like Rocky 4.
Yes, it seems to be similar.
It's following every beat. It appears to be a presentation put together for investors in ISSI, Industrialized Salmon Solutions Incorporated, which touts the future of salmon delivery. And there's a lot of sad black and white grayscale footage of salmon swimming upriver and like salmon flopping about on the side of the river.
We're all salivating.
Because from what I can remember, a lot of salmon die because there's just not enough room for them in the river. Millennia have passed. No, what's the one after? What's the one before millennia? The one after millennia, the bigger one.
Century? Oh, the
No,
big
that way.
I mean, it would be just millions of years. I don't think there is
For millions of years,
Megania.
for millions of years, salmon have swum upstream to breed, to love, and to make the life they deserve. But overpopulation and climate change have led to our rivers becoming clogged with salmon and clogged with mud.
And we see the sad footage of these dead old salmon. ISSI's introduction of the salmon cannon was met with incredible success. And we see footage of the salmon cannon that everyone knows about. It's the best invention mankind's done after the wheel and MDMA.
We see a flashback of
Ironically, all three go
Furriest
together.
Heist, where Brick, Judith, and Ice are all like mouths open underneath the end of the salmon cannon each.
That was the best honeymoon ever.
But now, cannons just won't cut it. That's why we've developed AI-driven vans.
Except the vans aren't actually driven by AI. They're just a guy in it, but they say they're driven by AI just to sound more impressive.
Alan Ingerson.
Alan Ingerson. Yeah, you look at his badge. Smear it off, like smear the blood off the badge again using his thumb to show Alan Ingerson. Huh? You say if you could read, but you can't. Salmon's just one color. Vans just one color. Introducing Project Vessel. Project Vessel. A woman now comes. A woman's wearing like a white lab coat, hair tied back, clipboard thing. Project Vessel is the latest in our salmon delivery. A comprehensive salmon delivery package. Just look at the benefits. And there's a lot of like graphs flying back and forth. What's the word? Our unique salmon consolidation brings ever greater volumes of salmon ready to go up north or south and make sweet love to one another. And actually, is it north or south? Where do they?
Well, it's moving upstream,
so
whichever
not
direction
north
they're
or
going.
south.
Okay. Well, I mean, north is up, so north.
North Stream.
Yeah. North. Yeah, because it's up on the And then there's a ISSI appears on screen, like a lens flare, and then there's a number you can call to invest money or what have you. But it seems like oh fuck, I forgot to tell you where and when Project Vessel is. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you where and when Project Vessel is. She says, the video starting up again.
When do they start punching each other? Normally in these things, they start punching each other at some point.
This one is a little bit boring, but
No one's run up
give us that.
any stairs. It's not a movie. The public demonstration of Project Vessel, thanks to your investments, will be taking place at write that down. Just for anyone viewing subtitles, I deliberately mumbled because I don't know places or names or times, but you get the information of where shit's going down. Now,
This is it?
Project Vessel. This like 500 salmon? Nothing. What you want is the absolute motherload of salmon. The highest concentration of salmon ever known to mankind or bearkind, transported in an enormous pressurized steel tube.
Oh my god. Think of the gains!
Judith, aren't you glad you came out of retirement for this?
You know, I sure am.
For one last job. It is the best job known to bearkind. We'll get the tube of salmon.
We're gonna be legends.
All of the salmon are still alive. I cannot stress this enough. Many of the salmon are still alive. By weight, 90% of the salmon.
Just for my own personal, reference, because this wouldn't matter to ice at all. Are these like wild salmon being transported, or are they like farm?
The video doesn't say. And also, I don't know what the right answer is.
I'm just trying to figure out how many nematodes are in this vessel.
All of them.
What's a nematode?
Like
Round
a tiny
worms.
little worm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not just worms, like all sorts of
Salmon
parasites
lice
get
as well.
concentrated. Yeah.
Mhm.
Check
Yeah,
out Nice to See You. You can download the game now.
And I cannot stress enough, the salmon concentration process does nightmarish things to these parasites.
Oh god.
Like some of them are the size of small dogs now.
That's
Wonder
horrific.
what that tastes like.
Don't worry, you don't know that. It wasn't in the video. They're not going to tell that to shareholders. It's all fine.
We will find out.
You
So-
got, you
so
got
we-
yourself a van. You got
We
yourself
don't need to
a
keep
van.
chasing vans. We can chase a big tube.
In a van.
Dreams, kid.
Then we'll be set for all year.
Yeah.
At least for this winter. At least,
Do you
Well,
know
he's
what
away
this means?
Into the tube. What does it mean?
If we get the salmon tube, we will be the fattest bears.
oh,
The stream. I remember now.
title drop.
So we have to get it now. We will be the fat, and the furriest.
You have a
And
van.
That
You have a
salmon
plan.
oil,
You
all
have
that
no
fish is
men.
gonna do wonders for our coats.
It's gonna be. Oh, is that a fact? Is that a science fact?
Yes.
Mhm.
Great, cool. Okay, have a point.
Feed your dogs or cats fish and they'll be extra soft
And shiny.
and shiny.
So, with that, we are now an hour into play. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break while the bears compose themselves and we set up the next part of the game. And we are going to show ISSI who's boss, namely 4 bears and 3 bricks and a horse.
And a horse.
And one really
Big
important
van.
horse.
This really poor horse.
Mm. And we're back. Hello. Welcome back to the stream, viewers. You join us as our bears are about to embark on the greatest heist of their lives. They're going to hijack Project Vessel, a convoy focused around an incredibly advanced, salmon concentration technology vessel, is what we've been calling it. The instructional video was incredibly vague. Partly so I can change my plans later on, and partly because I don't know anything about salmon. But it's time. It's time to show these people who's boss, and it's you. So you know that Project Vessel is going to be driving down. For true Fast and Furious vibes, it should be on a highway, but for bear vibes, it should be in a forest, and highways aren't in forests. Can anyone think of a good location to set a car chase or a convoy heist here?
Isn't there a really famous isn't there one of those American TV shows that's about truckers in Alaska?
Like Ice Road Truckers?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So
Absolutely.
Maybe it's been deforested, so you know.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Now, I was just wondering about the seasonality of ice roads and having an ice road in autumn. I don't know what that was pedantic.
A mud road trucker.
I guess if it's really, really north, there's quite a lot of Alaska. Maybe we're up by like Glacier Bay National Park or something.
There's my cat coming through on mic.
Oh,
Yeah.
A little bit, but that's delightful.
It's the assistant DM.
He's just yelling because he remembered what indoors was. Right. So,
don't we all?
I like the idea of a. So I think Khalil's point is sensible about it being icy, because you would need to get the salmon there before the roads froze over that much. So I like the idea of a big stretches of road through Alaska, and there's plenty of deforestation. There's some industrialization, but the bit which you're going to be assaulting it from has some woodland next to it, so you can burst forth like a bear. But you are going to need some kind of scheme. You've all had time to prepare one thing before you got lined up for the heist on this crisp autumn morning. What are you bringing, or what have you done to make things slightly easier, or tip the odds in your favor? And we'll start with Brick.
I think Brick's painted some more faces and some more bricks to make a little brick family. He's got brick siblings now. And then he's uses big claws to like wrench up bits of tarmac and put the brick family in it, so they're just sticking out a little bit to try to derail the salmon transport.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Cool. You seed. You implant your family in the road.
Yep.
Okay. Barry, what have you been doing to prepare?
I think Barry, once we started kind of moving towards the ambush site, Barry probably went in the back of the van because he's the biggest. And also because he wanted to, have a bit of a snack. Not enough to move his stats. And in the back finds like an emergency kit there. And he doesn't really understand or recognize any of the things, but he does find a rope, like a tow rope and like a grappling hook.
Oh, like a high tension cable or something.
Yeah. And
one of those salmon grappling hooks. Yeah. They come in all of them.
It's.
No, I'm not joking. It's fine. There's a grappling hook in there. Fuck it, whatever.
No, like a tow cable for a truck.
Yeah,
with a hook on the end.
But yeah, of course. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So if he needs to like grapple onto a truck or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
Okay.
I cannot stress, not taking the piss. If you want there to be a grappling hook in the back, the guy could have liked grappling hooks. I don't mind, but those do make more sense. So, like, I also really like the idea of a polar bear with a hooked chain. That's a good look.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Also, stuck to the bottom of Barry's foot is a copy of Grappling Hook Enthusiast Weekly, which the driver would just happen to have in the back.
It now incorporates what grappling hook?
And why grappling hook?
Why grappling hook?
Where grappling hook?
Ninja Quarterly and roof enthusiast. What's Judith been up to? Now, I imagine you're driving the van, Judith.
I am driving the van.
Mm.
But I think like on our way there, would Brick and like Judith swap off driving?
Probably.
Okay, yeah. So I think during one of those times, where's my horse? Is my horse just following? I'm just gonna have my horse follow.
Oh, Jesus, put it in the car.
I feel like it's in
I
the
don't
back
think
with
there's
Barry.
It's in the back. Just like
The horse in the
My
back.
horse is getting really acquainted with Barry.
So,
in the back.
did you have any hobbies?
This is with this enormous horse face. Filling up-
Just like pressed right up.
yeah.
It's like, Barry, honey, there's like a pouch attached to horse. Would you be able to hand that to the front?
Like a horse pocket.
Barry's
No,
hands
not
went
quite.
dangerously
It's a
close to the
pouch.
horse's scrotum.
After some whinnying noises, a saddlebag is passed
Mhm.
through to the front.
Yeah.
Is this?
and- Thank you, hun. And she'll take it and like rummage around. And this is the first time she's also rummaging around in this bag, by the way. So who knows what she's gonna find.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in there, right? There's a lasso because the
Yeah,
hat
probably,
and the
yeah.
horse.
Came
you
with
know,
yes.
Yeah, it was a package deal.
Six-shooter.
Yeah, so she'll find a lasso, like I don't know what kind of guns cowboys have.
Revolvers.
Well, a
A
revolver.
rocket launcher.
And then we'll also say there's like a stick of dynamite in there.
Yeah, cowboy dynamite.
the classic cowboy trio,
Them rustlers is back, house. Let's get that dynamite lit in case they touch the house.
It's the horse protection unit.
Yeah.
And so that's what she's rummaging through and grabbing and making sure as Brick is driving one of these times on our way.
Okay, I'm going to negate dynamite,
Okay.
but I'm going to give you a bag full of cowboy accessories.
Okay.
So if you want a cowboy thing, you can pull it out the bag.
Perfect.
So yeah, we're talking guns, spurs, lassos, a spare hat. That sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Okay,
Whiskey,
perfect.
the address of sex workers that seem to be popular with cowboys as well. All right, ice.
Ice. I like to think that maybe this is maybe not Ice's old stomping grounds, but they've been here before. She's been here before. So what she is actually, I think she's actually, because I was thinking about if we've got a horse and Barry in the back cab, or in the back, and we've got at least Judith and Brick in the front cab.
Two
It might
large
be
bears.
a little bit tight for Ice. So I think Ice is on the top of the truck.
Trying to pass yourself off as a bear extermination van with a novelty topper.
Yeah, literally, like, I'm getting the occasional, I'm getting some small amounts of protein from the speed we're going at, but it's going okay. And I think what Ice has been on the lookout for, so this is sort of, I guess, backing up a little bit,
Please.
there is an old former settlement that is mostly rubble now that would have been part of the gold rush, and I think that is Ice is on top of the van because Ice is looking for this specific place as the perfect place for an ambush.
Absolutely, yeah. You find old Diamond Gulch.
Yeah, that checks out.
A
North
diamond
Ala-
gulch from the gold rush.
the North Alaskan Diamond Gulch. Where you find
This is also where Brick gets the extra bricks.
yeah.
Yes.
And I presume some dynamite. Still knocking around from the mine wars.
Hey, Judith, do you want this?
Put it in the bag.
Yeah, if you put it in the bag, it becomes cowboy dynamite.
Yeah, specifically.
I'll keep some for brick dynamite, and some can be cowboy dynamite.
Do you draw a face on the dynamite?
Yes, of
Okay.
course I do.
Well, hi, handsome, says the dynamite.
You sound like
Ain't you a tall drink or
ex-wife.
something? Your
Sounds
ex-wife.
like my ex-wife.
What? Don't you remember being married to me before?
Judith?
Oh, sorry, no, sorry, Judith. I'm sorry, I thought you were previously married. My apologies.
You're just gonna hide the talking dynamite behind my back. And
Maybe I
hope
can
Judith
sound like
doesn't notice.
as you shove her in your pocket.
All right, we are at the place.
This looks
Smacks the top of it.
incongruously like an old-timey mine. It's got the big sort of the big wheelie man, which ticks around and does something with machinery. It doesn't have derricks, but pretty damn close because it wasn't an oil. This was gold. It's got all kinds of old, cool mine entrances downstairs, riddled with ghosts. But we're not going down there, so don't worry about it. Unless we do, but we probably won't because the truck's too big. But you get
Once
yourself
again, Judith. Just stay out of there.
Judith, the mines call to you as they have in your
Good
youth.
adventure calls to me, Brick. I don't know what you want.
Look,
Mama
after you
always
went
said
into
I
the
would
mines,
die
we
in a
got
mine.
divorced.
But what if there's medicine down there, Brick?
Listen, you two. This is the perfect place to settle down. After we do our last heist, just one more for me, Ice.
Of course, of
Alright.
course. And Judith,
Alright.
we're in Alaska. We all know that medicine is delivered by a herd of sledding dogs named Balto.
I don't know whether that's a science fact or not.
It's a history fact of
Okay.
how they got vaccines from one small village to another in winter.
Type of the
Sledding
dogs.
dogs. There's
Oh, and they sledded. Right, that makes more sense.
Yes.
Okay, rather than just like, on you go.
They did not just send dogs loose in the mud. with
Well, my
vaccines.
work here is done.
Take him a-
Fuck
Take
you,
your hand.
smallpox.
And I'll say that quite.
I'm gonna have a knock at these dogs and hope they bite someone.
There's
Sorry,
always
Steve.
the quite there's always the quite not pedantic, but quite obvious fact that maybe I'll still catch someone who doesn't know it. Balto was just the last leader, and got all the credit.
Was Balto a dog?
Yeah,
Balto was the lead dog who's got like statues in movies about
yeah,
it.
he's got statues and movies. He's not even not to no shade on Balto, but like there was another dog that went a lot further for a lot longer. I don't know his name though, and that just says it all, doesn't it?
History is written by the victor.
History is written by dogs.
Yeah,
So,
by Balto specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Vaccine dogs.
I feel like you should have a sniper rifle. I don't know why, but it feels like you should have a sniper rifle in this situation. Like, I feel you want to get up somewhere high, you found a radio from somewhere, you're like, take the shot. That sort of thing. Like, you've come over all professional.
Me?
Yeah, no, the other ice. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do I find where do I find? I think it is not
Maybe it's like an old hunting rifle,
Like,
like
it's
an
a
old-timey
harpoon.
one.
a harpoon gun. I think.
Ah, yes, of course, yes, because yes, there's whaling, isn't there in Alaska? That's all sorts of things. Yeah, and of course, if those whales get into the mines, it's an absolute nightmare. So
No
you keep
problem.
a lot of harpoons around just in case.
Got
It was
to
one of
keep
those
the
old gold
whales.
mines that's right by the coast, and sometimes
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
flooded
yeah.
and the whales come up.
Whales comes in.
Mm-hmm.
God
Yeah.
darn it! There's whales in this scene.
Is the land whales they're a problem?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Cool. Yes. I like the idea of a harpoon, and because you're a polar bear, you can throw it at the same strength as a harpoon launcher. So yes, you've got the perfect ambush site, Ice, and also you've got a whacking grey harpoon. Judith, you've got a magical bag full of cowboy accoutrements and a very ill horse. And the mine calls to you in your sleep. This is the mine you dreamed of, the mine where medicine comes from. Barry, you've eaten a lot of salmon. And honestly, I can't remember what the thing was you did.
I had a grappling hook chain
That was it.
type
Yes,
thing.
yes. You had the
And a magazine.
And yes, and that has a lot of useful grappling hook tips.
Yeah.
That'll be really useful for using it.
It- It's got like one of those like
versus
photo
underarm,
guides in the middle.
A big debate. I probably shouldn't throw a grappling hook over arm at that point. That would just smash into the ground. And then, Brick, you have
I've buried my family.
yeah, which you said first. And so it kind of implies that you did that like back at the site, but we can go back here.
You
You've
can
got
do
a,
it over here.
you've got a brand new family.
I left some of
smashing
them
into the
there.
ground.
You know, so they know Brick was here.
You keep things ticking over here, Pops. And everything is ready for the ambush. you can hear the convoy before you see it. You can hear the roar of motors. These aren't the piddling little electric vans which they've been delivering salmon with. This is a huge fucking Furiosa grade war rig, jam-packed with salmon ready to fuck. It cruises down the Alaskan, the crumbling Alaskan infrastructure, casting a huge plume of dust and smoke up into the air. And as it gets closer, you can see there are a few of those vans which you've been knocking over, acting as a sort of what's the word?
Escort.
That's the one. Thank you. Escort. Acting as sort of escort. There's also some outriders on motorcycles, just to make sure that just scanning the woods for any groups of bears or bricks or horses that might be around. And at the center of it, again, the enormous war rig project vessel mounted on the front is, for some reason, and this wasn't in the presentation, the salmon cannon. They've put the salmon cannon on top of the war rig.
Maybe they'll fire food at us.
Maybe at a deadly velocity.
Oh, this would be the best
control
way
it.
to die.
If we can control it, we can fire all the salmon into the mines.
Or into our faces.
I like the mines better.
Rick, sorry, Barry, the mine is like tomorrow's face. Think of it that way.
Oh.
If we trap them in the mine, they can't migrate anymore,
It
and we'll
shivers.
have a year-round supply.
It shivers
Infinite
into
salmon
Barry's
hack.
mind, and we can see the mine entrance, and Barry's just written his own face over the top with a
And then like Barry, like in this reverie, kind of like on all fours, kind of yawns and walks into his own mouth.
Yeah.
To hibernate in a mine full of fish. As the first of these outriders comes past,
Yeah.
I would like to erupt out of the undergrowth and clothesline him.
Beautiful.
Just put one of my big like arms out and just.
Give me a bear check, please. You each roll 5 or under.
Would it help if I said that like
Can you name some more trees?
an adult male polar bear can reach 2.5 meters long, which is 8 feet. That's nose to tail. So my reach would be even more than that. So I actually probably don't even need to get onto the road to clothesline this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll that again. That makes sense to me. Yeah. You're standing.
Another 6.
You got another fact? You got another fact specifically about the bear arm length?
Well, as a young male polar bear, my forearms will have extra long hair on, which is a sign of my fitness to females.
It's designed to catch motorcyclists traveling.
Well, yeah, well, 'cause
It's mine.
their hair, so that it gets in their face, so they can't see and they crash. So even if the clothesline misses and I don't do the like cool goof, there's like a bit of hair gets in their mouth and they go and they crash.
Yeah, yeah, that happens. Yeah, cool.
That's 2.
Yeah, cool. You're not cursed. But yeah, you lunge out of the overgrowth, and thankfully no one else is watching. As it goes pretty, like honestly, for the first thing you've done, which wasn't lying in the road, this has gone pretty badly, and you fucked that up as well.
I like how my character trait wasn't incompetent. But anyway, so I've got a motorbike, and I get on it so I can kind of, and I put a motorbike helmet over my bowler hat. So I've got like it's a polar bear with a moustache, a bowler hat, and then on top of the bowler hat is a motorbike helmet. So I blend in with the convoy, and I rejoin the convoy and hope.
Cool.
They don't
Give me a
notice.
criminal check, please. What's your criminal score at currently?
Well, currently 1.
Okay. Well, let's see.
That's a 1.
It worked.
That's
Not
my
only-
nephew.
Not only do those long arm hairs make you supremely attractive to the ladies, they also add to counteract the pinballing way that you're driving this small,
They stabilize it a little bit.
Yeah, it stabilizes you down a bit, and you pull up alongside. I figure you were in there as an advanced scout to take out the outriders as they came in. Everyone else you can see. Barry, you can see a handsome fella in a motorcycle helmet who, after some perusal, you work out is in fact Barry. Is anyone else attempting to sort of like spike the convoy beforehand, or are we going to try and run it off the road?
I'm gonna try to join the convoy. I'm gonna yell out to the handsome one, "Oi! Toss me the grappling hook!" I'm on my trike. And I would like to, upon receiving the grappling hook, attach it to the handlebars.
Yeah, okay.
So that I can follow along, and then try to jump onto one of the bigger vehicles.
Absolutely. Give me a criminal check, please, to... It's kind of like wakeboarding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Somehow
bear
more dangerous.
wakeboarding. That's the one.
Delightful. You with some adept grappling hook.
I read that magazine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Great diagrams.
You use tips 7 and 8 from the top 10 tips for grappling moving tricycles. You swing, and you are now on the back of the enormous silver truck known as Project Vessel. You can feel underneath your enormous paws. There's some shouting and stuff because there's a bear.
Someone else is trying to rob the convoy, guys! Hurry!
A hatless bear? No, obviously something's going on account of the tricycles and the grappling hooks. Barry made a nod to disguise, which I felt I would endorse with the one. So there's some light chaos happening as the outriders pull in to take a closer look. But Brick, as you grip on top of this enormous silver cylinder, your tricycle. Have you discarded the tricycle, or are you carrying it in your offhand?
It's just sort of dangling.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You can feel this thrumming, like an enormous pressure is and not just like a pressurized tube of salmon, but like a psychic pressure. Something metaphysical is happening here. You can feel it in your bones. There is something powerful inside this tube. Judith, Ice, the convoy's coming up alongside the ambush site. What's the game?
Okay, so in my bag.
Yes, Ice was going to look to Judith first and see.
In my bag, can we say that there's caltrops?
Can you give me a use that cowboys have for caltrops?
Oh.
I'd accept beans.
Beans?
Beans, that's a cowboy thing.
That is a cowboy thing.
Okay, sorry. You know what? Caltrops, no, but you can get a shed load of discount spurs, which count as caltrops.
Okay, yeah. Then I will get a handful of those discount spurs, and can I throw them into the road to try to
Absolutely. Criminal check, please.
Okay, cool. Where am I at? I'm at 4. Okay. That's a 2.
Delightful. So is this on the main truck or the outriders or the van?
Yeah, the main truck. Okay. I'm trying to derail.
Okay, cool. You throw out your discount spurs, factory seconds, and the truck runs over them. Now, of course, it's these tires are bulletproof, but not spur proof, and there's several pops as some of the wheels on this 18-wheeler mangle their way through some spurs, and this truck starts.
It becomes a 12-wheeler.
And that's not enough. The truck starts veering to the left and right, all around. People are saying, "Hey, what's going on with the salmon? Be careful! Don't let anyone get to the salmon!" These guys have Uzis. The guys firing Uzis in the air because they're excited. like 80s villain rules. They've got an Uzi that runs out of bullets. But this thing is now again veering around the road. Ice. What's the play?
All right, so what Ice wants to do, I am thinking that maybe there is a spruce or some sort of vine that is maybe it was damaged in a storm and now it is a bit wobbly.
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm not going to fire my harpoon at the person or at the truck. I am going to fire it at the weak part of the tree to bring it down on the road.
Delightful. I love it. I think this has to be criminal.
Yeah.
I don't think bears throw harpoons.
It's far too involved for it to be bear, I'm afraid. I'm only at 4 criminal at least, so I still have some wiggle room before I.
And also, Judith, bump your criminal score up to 5, please, and your bear down to 2.
Nice. I have rolled under my stat. I've rolled a 2.
Delightful.
I need to do more bear stuff after this.
Your harpoon impacts. Well, you should have a lot of salmon. Your harpoon impacts in the tree, and it seems for a second that it's not gonna work. That maybe there's a reason why they don't use harpoons to cut down trees. But with your tremendous polar bear strength, you spear this thing through, and with a quick tug to dislodge it, the tree tumbles down and smashes into the front of the enormous silver truck. The other vans screech on ahead and pull to a stop. They form up a defensive line, but you're already through the defensive line. The motorcycle riders come in and start driving around in circles around the truck again, firing their oozes in the air. Haven't quite spotted it out yet, but Barry's here. But you have stopped the truck, so congratulations, everyone. Note that in your copybooks.
Ice is going to throw up her bare hands and say, "Salmon's back on the menu, boys." Which sounds a lot like to everyone else.
Cool. Okay. How are you going to get into this truck? Brick, you're currently on top of it.
Yeah, and I'm having a look at. I'm assuming there's a hatch.
Yeah.
Hatch,
and
sure. They did not bear proof it.
No, it's human.
It's human proof. It's not bear proof, and bears are notoriously good at getting into bins and other food sources that haven't been appropriately locked.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't appropriately lock it, so I would like to use my big bear paws to just sort of break it open.
Yeah. So roll under bear, please.
Okay. Now I've got a 1 for bear, so this is probably gonna go wrong. That was a 1.
Well done! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Although a life of crime has softened you and brought you round to the almost human habit of drawing faces on bricks and then romancing those bricks.
Only the dynamite gets broken.
So yeah, you shipped the bricks. You didn't romance the bricks.
Yes.
No.
Non-romanceable brick.
Sorry, I must say, just Dagmar, just to make sure that everything's lined up. Your bricks were instrumental in that it wasn't like the tree was great.
I assume they did their job.
The tree
it's
was
fine.
great.
I like the caltrops.
Were good, but really, what stopped it was those 3 bricks you put in the road.
Well, because the caltrops were mounted on the bricks.
And I would
So
not
stick
know
on.
where to put the tree if the bricks were not showing the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the bricks formed a beautiful X to drop that tree down. So,
It's all about family.
Yeah, that's and bricks.
And the bricks are family.
With an almighty that you strain the muscles in your arms. It all gets a bit last act of Ghost in the Shell as you start wrenching the top off this tank. And with a tremendous twang as the
Hatch.
hatch, yeah, it's like a manhole cover. The hatch flies up into the air behind you, and you can see inside.
And now, Grant, I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
The plan has gone off without a hitch yet again for me.
You are going to betray the party, yes.
Yes, good. Just double checking.
So your criminal stat leaps to 6, your bear stat becomes 0, and you have been fully seduced by a life of crime. This crew you have so carefully put together from 2 people you knew and their nephew, has you've callously cast it aside we see like we see reverse shot from down, almost like from the truck.
Is it from Barry's point of view? Or?
Yeah, it's in fact from Barry's point of view, as he's driving around in circles on a motorcycle. We can see it's like Marseilles Wallace's soul lighting up Brick's face as the glory of Project Vessel washes over him.
What is it?
It's fish. So many fish.
Brick, you know what you have to do. You have to get inside here. You have to have all these salmon for yourself.
And to
Now you
keep
can
everyone else distracted.
Do you want to steal the truck, or do you want to get in here directly and have fun with the salmon now? Because both options are fine.
Well, what I would actually like to do is I would like to take out Judith the dynamite stick,
Well, hi.
and I will also take out my pipe.
Okay.
I will light the dynamite on the truck,
Mm-hmm.
light the pipe, and then throw the dynamite at Barry. And then jump into the salmon tank.
Oh my god! Yeah, just as Barry is about to start climbing up and sharing in the bounty after, and I like to imagine, like Barry's knocking through these guys like fucking Batman. He's like knocking two of their heads together, tying them up to lampposts, breaking their arms, that sort of thing. Barry, you catch some dynamite in the face, which says "ah" as it's thrown towards you and explodes. Yeah, yes, it's thrown again with the force of a grizzly. Ah. It explodes harmlessly at the side. It stuns you as you are knocked back from entering.
Oh, my pelt! Oh man!
Your pelt is marred.
Oh, but this is how I camouflage myself on the tundra.
Have a point.
I'm going to try to help put Barry out.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You lunge.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
I'll just
eating
shove you
so
on your
many
side
fish.
so you.
Brick.
Thanks, Auntie.
Brick. You see a. It's like it's a spiraling fractal image. Like we zoom into Brick's eyes as Brick falls forward, almost like dead weight falls forward into the vat of salmon, into the project vessel, and it's like a spiraling fractal image made out of salmon roe. This is like flashing through as Brick is absolutely filled up with salmon energy. It seems like you've taken the psychic brunt of whatever was in here. But the light goes out. The shimmering Marseilles Wallace's soul dims. All around, people are stumbling, crying, screaming, "No, a bear got in!" One of them says, "The project's ruined!" They said we weren't supposed to let bears get in! Yeah, no, it's bears, I'm afraid. It's all pretty terrible. The security, their incredible operation to try and transport salmon falls away. These pitiful humans are out here in your wilderness, your lands, your ice roads, your ice road truckers, your abandoned mining settlement, your dynamite, and your bricks. And they panic, they scatter, they run. The guys on dirt bikes get the fuck out of there. Everyone else starts running and screaming. The guys in vans are hiding behind them and forming a barricade, but no one thought to give them guns, so they're just sort of radioing for help and throwing, like, admittedly, it is your family, Brick, but there's only three of them, so at the thing. But the three of you, Barry, Judith, Ice, you stand before the open. The open, the almost unattended, the smoking, the burning salmon vessel.
What happened to Brick? Where'd Brick go?
I think Brick is gone. It is only the three of us now.
I mean, I don't want to be callous, but bigger share.
I do like smoked salmon.
Bigger bear.
Bigger share, bigger bear, more hair.
Have a point.
we must get the remaining salmon to the mine.
Mhm. We gotta check out what's going on.
As the three of you approach and go through, as you clamber up the side, there
Can
is... Oh, please.
I was going to say, I'm going to get my my grappling hook on a chain and like lower it down into the hatch to kind of
Okay,
like fish.
Yeah, cool. I like that. Yeah.
I've seen humans do this. This is how humans summon the salmon.
It's gone dark and fractal in there. It seems very strange, almost like there's a psychic cloud emanating, blocking out your vision.
Double nosebleed.
Yeah. In fact, the word psychic cloud is too much for Barry to hear.
It's like there's some kind of
Bad
Some kind of
fun.
what?
Oh,
fish.
Barry has been thinking again. You can tell him.
Oh, is that what that means?
We will see what. And
You lean
Yeah.
over and you try and wrench the chain out, and a droplet of nose blood tumbles out down. We see it down into the salmon, and there's this from below
Are we sure this is salmon?
as you feel a tremendous weight on your chain, and then less and less of a weight as muscling out of the salmon containment vessel is the salmon queen.
Oh,
Just
my
imagine the alien
God.
queen, but replace the alien with salmon.
She's beautiful.
She says, Brick is riding her. Brick, Brick, like the biblical whore of Babylon, is sat astride the scarlet beast and speaks your doom. Brick, you are now married to the salmon queen.
Oh, my first marriage didn't work out,
You finally made it.
but this one, Angela, it's gonna be great. Her name is Angela.
Angela turns to you. She says, in a
Where is all the salmon?
It will be in the mines soon. Forward! And Angela and I will take off straight for the mines.
Oh, you're running to the mines.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think we look on with a horror, probably.
For sure.
So it turns out Project Vessel was with the salmon concentration program was using bee technology to produce salmon, which means they produced an enormous salmon queen with an ovipositor the size of, I don't know, a transit van, and she just
Unsettling.
gorges a shed load of salmon all day long when she's not fighting Sigourney Weaver. So, Brick has married her psychically. And is now also wearing a ring and has stormed off towards the mines.
That fish hurts my head.
Eat it!
But it seems to me we have two possible solutions here, Judith Berry. We enjoy the small bounty remaining in the vessel.
Can't stress enough. There is like a lot of leftover salmon material knocking around in here. There's enough
Like slurry or
yeah.
like some
Yeah.
like some material as in whole fish or just like a slot.
Pate.
There's some whole fish in there. Like she was laying eggs the whole way.
Yeah.
And some of them are developed. There's a lot of salmon roe, which is delicious.
We do this, or we follow Brick into the mine and we risk being horribly betrayed for a second time.
Well, Brick's gonna have trouble taking down that big fish on his own. He's gonna need a bit of help.
I do not think that's what Brick is trying to do with the fish.
I don't understand.
Neither do I.
That's what we do.
I'm feeling a little betrayed at the moment.
Yeah, right?
I thought Britt called me on this mission for some bonding time. At least that's what it felt like. And now Brick is married, whatever the fuck that thing is.
Were they married?
I think Brick is
Did you
been
not see
swayed.
Did you not see the ring?
And the brig has been swayed by the feminine, salmonly wiles of the Salmon Queen. It is not his fault. It would be hard to resist for anyone.
Brick always
It
had
could
an
be
itching
any
taste
one of
in
us in
partners.
his position.
I don't want to.
It was me.
I don't want to reinforce traditional gender roles in fish, but normally in salmon are highly sexually dimorphic, as in like the males and females look quite different as adults. The males will tend to control a section of river and fertilize the eggs of any females that deposit their eggs in that stretch of river, and they'll fight off other males. And
now apply the alien queen to this.
exactly. So this is a kind of a subversion of the traditional dynamic of salmon society.
Inside the cylinder, you can see a lot of drone salmon and some worker salmon who are building well, not hives because they're salmon, but a sort of wet circles full of stuff you assume is a honey equivalent.
Honestly, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I do like a honey roasted
Mama.
salmon.
That's where it's from.
So perhaps we snack, and then we go try to save Brick from himself.
All right, yeah. Well, kind of like a quick handful of
Absolutely, Barry. You
fish
turn,
honey.
you get 6 bear and are absolutely feral.
I thought I went down one bear by
Okay, cool.
clotheslining the
Then you're
motorbike guy real
You're
good.
back up to 5. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Well, no, if you, yeah. Well, okay, all right.
Oh,
Sure,
was it
fine.
not meant to be?
No, I don't mind. But basically, we've got 10 minutes left on stream.
Okay.
And if you wish to go deep down crazy with it, that's fine.
Yes, I'll go full bear. And you just see like Barry's pupils dilate, and they could keep dilating until his entire eye is just like a pit of blackness.
You taste
Us.
salmon royal jelly, and it turns you. It awakens something deep and primal within you. Not just a bear, the bear.
I am Barry.
And you lunge off into the mines to go and eat or fuck that salmon.
Who wants this salmon ate?
Looking at Judith, I says,
Yeah.
he
So,
was never meant to think. It is better this way.
all right. I trust you. He is your nephew. So the odds were alright 3v1, but I don't like it with whatever's going on now. And we're both old.
I think it is best if we simply gather what fish we have and retire to our cave very fat for the season.
I fear we just leave it to the mines.
And we leave it to the mines, yes. Judith, I am sorry. This is not how I thought this would go.
I'm also sorry that your nephew. This is, first it was Brick, and now whatever the fuck Barry's on, we'll leave them to it.
Oh,
You
he's
hear
not-
the echoing from the mines of, "Where are you going? Come back!"
it is not much different for Barry, I am afraid.
Maybe Barry's in his happy place now.
I think so.
All right.
Off into the sunset on your horse, then.
Yes.
pair of you eat as much salmon roe, salmon drones, salmon workers, and honestly parts of the truck until you are fat and replete with wonderful fish. Get on board of this dreadfully ill pony and begin clip-clopping your way back towards the...
Did they find some like trucker pills in one of the cabinets? It's
Absolutely,
like almost it's basically cocaine. to
Oh
keep
yeah,
the
sorry.
horse going.
The horse already got through all the trucker speed. The horse,
Oh,
horse has been
just
going through the
checking.
glove
So it's
boxes.
amphetamine horse
Yes.
and fish bear. Okay.
Yeah, that was Nickelodeon's newest hit.
And Fergus-
There's 2 bears inside of you.
The horse, because you've married both of them. The horse jitters over the horizon, Barry, Judith and Ice, two large bears, as it leads them towards their home and retirement. And Judith, Ice, what is your retirement like? What's like? I'd love to get a little. My soul wants to pair the pair of you up. I don't know whether that's what Judith and Ice have in mind.
I think
Also,
that we're semi-trauma bonded here.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I think we certainly live the rest of our bear lives out, which I think may be a little bit longer for Judith.
Mhm.
Do they retire and start a lovely bear and bee together?
Yeah. I think
Absolutely.
that's exactly the sort of maybe we have brought some of the slurry with us and we breed bee salmon for the remainder of our days.
Yes, you have an idyllic life in the backwoods of Alaska, breeding genetically and morally illegal bee salmon in an enormous wet hive.
We are bears. We do not have morals.
Yeah, it's true. Bears have morals.
Or balls.
It's whatever's tasty.
And the camera pans, and again, I know that there's different ways to move a camera. Shut up. It pans. Camera pans. It's slow, but the camera moves on one axis, baby. The camera shows the beautiful sort of bee salmon lesbian commune which you forge in the Alaskan woods, and other proud lesbian bears come along and join, and bi bears and pan bears and all kinds of female presenting bears who are there to mass farm and a nightmare creature. And the camera pans across there as the sun sets, and it gets darker and darker as we go back up the dirt road to Alaska. God, it takes a long time to pan. The camera's getting dizzy going around in circles. And we focus back on the mine, and we hear the red raw throat of Barry howling inchoate as the camera stops panning and goes directly forward now, down the mine, down through rockfall, down through water, down through madness and darkness and death, into the court of the Salmon Queen, where Brick and Barry dance for their beautiful mistress, Nyarlathotep-like, a blind piper idiot god, screaming her glory at the top of their lungs. Bear Week, everyone!
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I like to think that Brick's sending the lesbian bear commune like cease and desist letters a la Monsanto for using the bee salmon.
You raise sort of a salmon bee worker drone group, a special group. Call. Oh no, I don't have it. But like they're salmon, so they're pink. So we'll just call them the Pinkertons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Well done. So, yes, that was Honey Heist. Sorry, I gave you your epilogues because you burned out the game. Is there anything you wish to add to your glorious demise here in a mine as you sing to a lunatic salmon fish queen?
No, that's beautiful.
I want to. I just, we don't need to narrate it, but just let's leave all the audience wondering what happens when Brick and Barry come out of hibernation in spring.
That is like
If you go down to the woods today, you're due for a big surprise.
after the credits roll, we see like it comes up on the mine, and then one paw comes down, and then one fish-like paw comes down on the other side. It's hybrids.
Oh, let's not get into the evolution of lobe-finned fish. We don't have time.
No, we don't.
And on that note, before Khalil can get started on that, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you to our wonderful GM, Grant, for running this ridiculous game for us. It's been an absolute blast. And our fantastic players for playing. Let us start with Kim. Where can our audience find you? Is there anything you'd like the audience to know about you?
other than I love bears. Hi, I'm Kim. She, her pronouns. If you want to find me on social media, you can find me pretty much everywhere at Dew on a Tree, DEW on a tree. I'm also part of 5 GMs in a Trench Coat. We're a TTRPG podcast where we rotate GMs and TTRPG systems each season. So you can find us anywhere at 5 GMs in a Trench Coat. So yeah, that's me.
Yay! Make sure to go and check Kim out. CJ, I know you and Grant work for the same company, but I'm going to let you go first.
Hello, I'm CJ. You can find me pretty much everywhere on CJ Starry, STARRY, and I am the community marketing and customer service person for Rowan Rook and Deckard. So you can also find me anywhere you can find Rowan Rook and Deckard, folks. My pronouns have been they, them. They still are they, them. And I've played Heist today. Thank you for having me.
And Grant,
I love the
anything you'd like
idea
the
of
audience to know?
time-dependent pronouns. It's after 9, baby. I'm she, her. That's great. Great ring to it.
They have been they, them.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Grant Howard. I run Rowan Rook and Deckard these days. And it's great. We publish books. If you like what we do, you can go to rrdgames.com and download everything. Most of our games are free. And I did just put out a game this morning called Kenku Bin Wizards, which has hang on a second, which has an honestly over elaborate system for casting spells with things you find in the bin. And there's a special preview of the back page. I can show you here on stream exclusively. Oh, it's probably not going to show up, is it? This is Goat Girl dress up. As you can see, this is a Goat Girl. Goat Girls are a magical creature, and there's some Goat Girl facts down in the corner. I'm just going to read them for you here. Goat Girl facts. Most beautiful and dangerous creature. 2. Every day is her birthday. 3. Happy birthday, Goat Girl. That's a page of Ben Wizards. Yes, come along, download some stuff, have some fun.
I am going to jump in and say we are launching Royal Blood on the 15th of October. It is a great tarot-based TTRPG heist, and I think you'll like it. So come check it out via either our website or just search straight for it, or any of the many videos you may have seen of Grant rubbing tarot cards all over his face. So it's going to be a blast. We're really excited about it. Come check it out. Thank you for letting me plug in.
Fantastic. So everyone go and check all of those fantastic things out from Rowan Rook and Deckard.
If we have
And
1
can I
second
say-
for one small
Oh
plug.
yeah, talk about bears or something.
Well, let me first say it's delightful for me to see the same dynamic salmon I have on stream, but with 2 different people, because Grant, I am you in this situation. I also forget about the important stuff. Khalil.
If you like cool, interesting games like Rowan Rook and Deckard make, and you like salmon, and you want more salmon-based games in your life, check out Lice to See You, LICE to SEAU. This is a game that me and my friend Hannah Ayub made. It's free. You can download just a PDF. It's a semi-collaborative, anti-capitalist board game about fish farming and parasites. Lice to See You.
Be sure to check that out as well. And then if you're not sick and tired of checking things out, make sure you go and vote in Fat Bear Week. It is this week. The polls are currently open. It is currently pinned in our Twitch channel. So go on, vote for the fattest bears out there, and don't rig the votes like 2 years ago. Who is doing that? It's
Keep it
bears,
fair.
you guys.
Don't put that out into the universe.
These bears are hard at work. They
We've
don't need
already
to
done
work.
it once. Could do it again. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely evening. We'll see you real soon. Good night.
Get fat!